There's no doubt about it. Creating PowerPoint presentations is normally a time-consuming task. More often than not, adding your information to a presentation does not take too long. And most of the time that you spend creating a PowerPoint presentation is devoted to aligning the elements on each of your slides until each slide looks right. Elements that seem to be slightly misaligned can distract your audience during your presentation, meaning that you won't have their full attention while you are trying to get your point across. Correctly aligning elements on your slides can make or break your presentation. PowerPoint's Align function saves the day by eliminating the guesswork involved when manually dragging your elements into place. Let's look at how these functions work. Start off by inserting a few elements to your slide. The alignment tools work with any combination of PowerPoint elements, so you can use them to align pictures with shapes, shapes with tables, and everything in between. After you've inserted your elements, select all of your elements and navigate to the Arrange function group under the Shape Format tab. Click on the Align function and select one of the 6 available alignment options that are displayed. The Align function aligns your elements relative to one another. This means that if you choose Align Left, all of the selected elements will be aligned with the leftmost element. If you choose Align Right, all of the selected elements will be aligned to the rightmost element. Similarly, if you choose Align Top or Align Bottom, all of the selected elements will be aligned to the topmost or bottommost element, respectively. Align Middle and Align Center work a bit differently. Imagine that there is a kind of bounding box that is created when you select the elements that you want to align. When you choose the Align Middle option, all of your elements are aligned to the middle of that bounding box, as opposed to the object that appears to be in the middle of the selection. To illustrate this, let's insert a perfect square to our slide by holding down the Shift key while dragging the square into place. Next, add in a few shapes. Position one of the shapes in the top left-hand corner of your square, and another shape in the bottom right-hand corner of your square. Arrange the rest of your shapes somewhere in the square. This shape appears to be the middlemost shape. When you select all of your shapes and click on Align Middle, you will see that the shapes align to the center of the square, as opposed to the middlemost shape. Three other functions that are incredibly useful when aligning elements on your slides are the Distribute Horizontally, Distribute Vertically, and Group functions. If you want to distribute your elements such that the space between each of them is the same, use the Distribute Horizontally or Distribute Vertically functions. For vertical distribution, select all of the elements and click on Distribute Vertically. PowerPoint sees the topmost and bottommost elements as being in fixed positions and distributes the rest of the elements relative to them. For horizontal distribution, select all of the elements and click on Distribute Horizontally. In this case, PowerPoint uses the leftmost and rightmost elements as the fixed position elements. Grouping elements together allows for more complicated alignments. After aligning a few elements, you can select all of them and click on Group. This group can then be used in subsequent alignments with other elements, with the key feature being that the relative position of the elements within the group will not change. The final alignment tools that we will be looking at are guidelines and rulers. There are two rulers that border the top and left-hand side of your slide. From left to right, the numbers on the ruler at the top of your slide decrease down to 0 and then increase. The 0 indicates the vertical center of your slide. From top to bottom, the numbers on the ruler at the left-hand side of your slide also decrease to 0 and then increase, with the 0 indicating the horizontal center of your slide. Guidelines work hand in hand with rulers. To use them, right-click somewhere on your slide and go to Grid and Guides. Click on Add Vertical Guide to add a vertical guideline, or Add Horizontal Guide to add a horizontal guideline. If you already have guidelines on the slide and want to add more, select the guide, holding your mouse button down and press the Control key. Drag the mouse and let go of the Control key. This will add an additional guideline to your screen. After adding a guideline, you can move the guideline around by clicking on it and dragging it around. While dragging the guideline around, you will see that the guideline's position in terms of the ruler will be displayed, allowing you to accurately place the guideline at a specific position. Guidelines are useful alignment tools, since elements on your slides will snap to your guidelines when you drag the elements towards the guidelines.